Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. Vin back in the building. But guess what? Who came back? John Depot came back. He's like, I guess we were worried about you, John. I know you're living in Jersey out there. I was worried about like if you got like abducted by the alien spaceships that's going on over there.
Oh, those drones.
Drones. Yeah, I put drones in quotations.
Knocked out for like a month.
Motherfucker, you guys like almost abducted by ET out there. Shit is crazy. The Giants should have, I wish the whole Giants team got abducted. I mean, they didn't show up anyway, so maybe they're clones playing in their uniforms. But, guys, another despicable game. I was watching it, but I was not watching. I just knew we were going to lose somehow. You know, I think Jules went to the game. Very exciting.
You say that, Mike. It really
they were giving out tickets for $2.
Oh,
no, don't say that, dude. Not for $1, $2.
Like $6.
$8.
That was facts. Yeah, you could have went to the game for you could have gotten 2 tickets for under $20.
So bad. Could have took the whole family.
God, the shame, the fucking just embarrassment.
But the beers were still $18.
It's funny you said that. I was kind of watching the game, but I wasn't. So was I. I was there.
Yeah,
it was. It was one of those fluke Sundays on a Sunday afternoon where it was beautiful out. I was just in hoodie weather with a hat, chilling. But I went there to drink and just hang out in the sun. That was really it.
You went to Giants game to get tan?
Yeah, exactly. Get a winter tan and and just get drunk for no reason.
Listen, I can't wait to do the pick, so I'll let you guys handle the Giants talk. I know we had an interception finally, but then the guy got paralyzed almost on the field. He broke his spine after catching the ball. I guess that's what we deserve. Trey Hawkins.
I fell asleep halfway through the game.
Yeah, everybody fell asleep. Giants fell asleep during that game. So, yeah, guys, I don't know what you want to talk about the game, but it was just another awful performance. I mean, what do you want to talk about? I got to give a shout out. I know Vin's going to hate this, but Malik Neighbors, man, he went in there banged up, hip, groin, everything going wrong with him. And one day he played his ass off. I got to give him credit. He went there for most of the snaps.
And how many catches did he get, Vin? He got 5. Remember what I said the magic number was? Keep averaging 5 the rest of the season.
I don't recall you saying any of that. I don't.
Yeah, all right.
What's the significance of 5, Jules?
Huh?
What's the significance of 5?
So if he continues, so he's at 80 catches on the year with 4 games to go. So
100.
Another 20 gets to 100. That's a terrible rookie season according to Vin. He's not on the same level as all these other guys.
You guys are putting words in my mouth.
Here comes the hater.
I am out on Malik Neighbors for the simple fact, never question his talent. I just think he's a horrific mouthpiece on him. He needs to learn to shut the fuck up. And I can't stand his face. I can't stand his swag. I can't stand the diva-ism that's already come out of him, and he's dropped a few big balls in the beginning of the season when the game was on the line. So he should be the first one to shut the fuck up. 5 catches, 20 catches. He needs to shut the fuck up. That's all.
Ain't it a media problem because they keep asking him fucking questions because they know he's going to say something?
Yes,
it's New York media.
Don't guys. Because the media is the media.
He's not Jeter. You don't know how to manipulate him.
Yeah, you could be Derek Jeter. You could do it.
Yeah, John.
Listen, man. I wasn't on a lot of podcasts so far this season, only a handful. So I give you guys credit for fucking fighting through every week. You and the listeners. Been watching the games, but I remember going back to the beginning before the season started, and there was Malik Neighbors in the news for not great things and saying, "Listen, bro, I'm just telling you, we're driving along the highway and we're passing red flags with this guy." And to be at week 14 or whatever we're at this point, and you're hearing what you're saying, because I haven't been paying attention between Sundays, it just seems like we're still on the same highway we were with this guy. And if that's the case, bro, after what we've seen the last 2 years, clean house. It's time to clean house.
And then, John, what do you think? Since this will give a little fresh take on this.
Yeah.
What is your take as far as what the Giants do with this top pick? Because chances are we're drafting 1 or 2.
So listen, NFL works in a funny way, and it's not really based on any kind of stats. This is really just an opinion or like a feeling. A lot of times when we get these quarterback drafts, where there's going to be these four fucking the next Eli Rivers fucking Roethlisberger thing, and they all four end up being busted and rotate around the league as backups. And then in these light quarterback drafts, you find a Hall of Famer. So maybe this is one of those years where, other than Deion Sanders' kid, that there's not like this high end NFL quarterback to draft, potential Hall of Famer that you want at the top of the draft like that. Maybe this is the year that's exactly what happens, where some kid just gets picked and fucking, almost Daniel Jones-esque in a sense, where, it didn't know until it coming, and then all of a sudden he actually turns into the guy. Not that happened with Daniel Jones with the Giants, obviously, which I wasn't here to talk to you guys about. But I don't know. I just think they got a clear house, bro. I have no faith in anybody around the team right now.
Sanders a little bitch. He don't want to play for us,
dude.
I don't want him to play for us either.
I know. I'm so happy.
The conversation started with
spending the first 10 minutes of the pod talking about like Malik Neighbors. You want Malik Neighbors 2.0, 10 times worse, coming into town running this fucking team
as the quarterback. It's one thing to have a diva wide receiver. That's tried and true in the NFL. You have a diva quarterback, you got a fucking problem.
The leader of the team.
Yeah.
Can't have that, man. I don't want him anyway. We're all happy about that. It's all good news to us.
Is it? I mean, can you guys? I mean,
I would draft him and trade him.
Yeah, well,
listen.
maybe.
I mean, that's where things are going to get weird, right? Like, are the Raiders going to try to jump us, right? Like, I mean, literally, there's been rumors going around that Antonio Pierce was heard on, inside the Raiders whatever facility that they were tanking for the number one fucking seed. Or the number one draft pick, rather.
Really?
Like that's a big rumor going around. Like it even got back to John Gruden. John Gruden's come out and made some comments about it. Like that's like a real thing that's going on. So to say somehow end up winning a game and we lose out and we have that number one pick. Because again, I don't want Sanders, but I'm not a fucking huge Cam Ward fan either. I'm just not.
Is that the next guy in line?
I mean, he's actually the craziness is that
they say
Shedeur didn't even get invited to the Heisman Trophy ceremony to be a finalist, and Cam did. So Cam's beating him statistically, at least from the eyes of like the NCAA and everything, and like the Heisman Committee. I mean, honestly, I don't think either of them. I think it's either going to be Travis Hunter or Alshon Jeffrey. But
I did scroll past an article saying that Sanders' kid was like complaining that he wasn't part of the Heisman discussion. I was like,
yeah,
that's the smell we don't need in New York, bro, for sure.
Well, he's already buying his offensive lineman as a college player. Which, all right, at one point, it's a cool thing to do. But at the same time, he's throwing around things like he bought like one of his offensive linemen a Maybach car, if I'm saying that correctly. Maybach. Yeah, Maybach.
Oh, he spent millions.
And then he like tried to like make it say, well, since he's got my back, I got him a Maybach or whatever, something stupid like that. So he posted shit all over social media.
Bro, New York is allergic to that shit, bro. This market is allergic to that shit.
He is not his dad. Like everybody needs to realize that this is the second coming of Deion Sanders. It's not. It's a different position. I understand he's kind of tough, and like he's gotten a little bit better, but he's also played for his father, who's added his stats for the last 4 years in college, and he went to 2 different colleges with his dad. Like his dad coached him in high school, his dad coached him in the junior and Jackson, whateverville state, and then his dad coached him for 2 years in Colorado. It's like, bro. And his dad's pumping him up where his NIL is going through the roof. It's just a show that I don't want any part of.
Can I be a fan and just ask questions this episode as you guys talk about?
Go ahead, man.
Is there a possibility that Deion's considering going to the NFL as a head coach with his son to whatever team he goes to? Is that a conversation that's being had?
It's hard to say because Deion is actually getting a decent amount of looks with that whole transfer portal that's going on. And a lot of kids want to transfer and go out to Colorado because of Deion. So it's going to be tough. I don't know. If he's truly loyal to the program, then no, he'll stay. But if it's just, you don't know with him, bro. If he's prime time.
I got a question. Who's the third quote unquote quarterback that's in line?
Who's the best white one?
I mean, I guess it's going to be Gabriel Dillon out of Oregon because he's also invited as one of the finalists. He's projected to finish fourth in the voting. But he's the other one that got when was going over with Cam. So those two got in over Shedeur.
What about Milroe?
Milroe fell off big time, especially that Alabama bounced themselves out of the playoffs and everything else like that. Like I said, the fact that Cam is still there is pretty impressive in a way.
Ewers or Beck?
Beck.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if Beck could go on a run in the playoffs, his stock will go right through the roof.
What about you?
But don't forget, Beck got benched in the SEC championship game for Stockton. I mean, it was
He got
bad,
hurt
dude.
though. He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt, but like,
Yeah.
he
He couldn't even move his arm, Jules. He went on to hand off the last play of the game. He literally couldn't move his arm. I wouldn't say he got benched. That's like fake news right there. The Ewers guy, like the
I'm on a ride right now listening to the story.
Ewers Vid had a fucking terrible fucking day, bro. He looked god awful. Because I bet Texas. I had him fucking -2.5. I was so frustrated by his fucking play. I'm like, you hurt your fucking quarterback. Beck's out. This new guy comes in, and Stockton just lights it up for some fucking reason. But yeah, I don't know. Ewers, it just doesn't look right to me either, man. I think it's a weak quarterback draft. I think the Giants' biggest mistake is just reaching for a quarterback, hoping for the best when they're going to let a guy like Travis Hunter that could play both sides of the ball, Iron Man football. You're gonna let him go and not sign a veteran quarterback? That's crazy to me.
So
not crazy.
Is there a Saquon Barkley, Micah Parsons level talent at another position that we can use at the top of the draft?
Travis Hunter, cornerback and a wide receiver.
I mean, Alshon Jenti,
corner and wide receiver.
But Alshon Jenti, but there's no way we could draft a fucking running back in the second pick overall.
Unless Gettleman comes back.
What was his name?
Yo, guys, we bring Gettleman back for just one. We bring Gettleman back for a year.
You guys are both talking at the same
and
time.
let him draft him.
Oh,
that'd be fucking fantastic.
I would be all over Giants Twitter again 24 hours a day. If the Giants did that just for the goof of it, you would set half a Giants world on fire.
I might tweet that as like an April Fool's show come time. I'm like, Gettleman's back. And
what was that kid's name that did the fake tweets? Weston something?
Wesley.
Oh, yeah.
Genius. That guy's whoever he is, he's a fucking genius. He's a little troll probably somewhere in some basement.
Yeah, he's probably 12 years old. But
Ben, you don't want Travis Hunter?
I don't want him. I don't want a cornerback. I don't want. He's not going to play both sides of the ball. That's not going to happen.
No, but special teams and defense, I'd say.
Yeah, he's not going to do both sides. I
think he will do both sides.
I don't know if you watch, but we don't know how to pick defensive backs on this team.
We don't know how to pick anything, man.
Huh?
We don't know how to pick anything. Look at our
running backs. I'll tell you that.
I think the answer is trade the pick. We're picking that high. Trade, fleece a team. They want Shador. They want Cam. If we have all the cards in our hands, trade, grab as much capital as you can. Maybe you'll trade up in the next quarterback draft.
I do it.
We're going to have to eat shit for a little while here. What we do with Dable, what we do with Shane, are we letting Shane make this pick or make this trade? Is he going to try to save himself? These are bigger things that we need to think about. But
I like that idea, Ben, because if you trade for like extra picks, the next year is Archie Manning comes out, right?
Which
he might come out in 26, but it's still like
but if you have extra draft picks and stuff and to go up and make a big trade, I don't know. You never know.
I think he's also being advised by his family to play an extra year at Texas so that he won't come out in that year. So
but I think trading the pick is the smartest move here, long term. Smartest,
especially we have. From the rooter to the tutor, we're empty right now. So we have a world class left tackle. Hopefully, comes back next year strong, and he has another 4 or 5 years of dominant play. But after that, at this point, we're really barren.
Look at the guys on the team, John. I don't even know half these guys they're playing on Sunday,
bro. I just don't understand, dude. We went from a season and a half ago beating fucking Minnesota in the playoffs, and like the world just was bright again. And then we're in the worst chapter of Giants history that I can remember, and at least in my adult life.
John, there was a guy that ran back a punt return, right, for a touchdown in the Giants game. I have no idea who he was. Of course, they called holding and brought it back. I was like, who the hell is this guy running for his life, trying to get a job next year on the Giants? And then, sure enough, holding, come back. I'm like, all right, we lost. Who was that fucking guy? I'm like, yo, sign him. Sign him up.
That's such a bad sign, bro. Like, John he's been here for years.
John, I have an idea. I don't think these guys like my idea to get us out of the hole. I say you pick up the phone and you call Jacksonville Jaguars and you make a trade for Trevor.
Oh, here we go.
Trevor Lawrence is the move.
Did he die last week?
Makes this
We
makes
get
our
at
trade
birdies.
even better. It works for us. It makes the trade even better.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
You're gonna need
is
somebody
he
to carry
was
him.
he what we thought he was going to be?
That's Jacksonville that fucked them up. Jacksonville fucked them up.
All right. Well, do you
They
want
won.
someone's
How'd they win?
used race car?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
He's 6'6". He's got brains. He does turn the ball over, but I feel like Urban Meyer, Jacksonville's a Mickey Mouse organization. I really feel like Trevor Lawrence would be a perfect fit for us. And I'm hoping like the price is going down with every concussion he's gotten.
Did he cut his hair yet?
Huh?
Did he cut his hair yet?
He's still an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
If he cut his hair, maybe. But if he comes here with that fucking mop on his head, he's just gonna get abused.
I'm intrigued.
We're not California cool over here,
okay,
bro.
Trevor Lawrence. I think if we get Trevor Lawrence, and I'm willing to deal a whole shitload for him, I'll give up this year's first round.
Why? No, stop.
Why,
Yeah.
dude?
Hell yeah. Yo, what are you gonna do with that pick, Jules? We have yet to hear what you're gonna do with that pick. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
What
listen,
free
a lot's
agents
gonna,
are
a lot's gonna
available
happen
next
in this
year?
playoff. This college playoff is the first time they're doing it. Somebody's gonna step up. Someone's gonna win this fucking thing. They're gonna run the fucking table, and it's gonna be there's gonna be a quarterback that could emerge that we haven't even talked about yet. So all that is definitely still on the table. But I really want to trade back. Honestly.
Hold on. I got to pump the brakes just on this point really quick. I don't want you to continue and it gets lost. If a quarterback hasn't shown himself yet, is he worth drafting in the top 3 picks of the draft?
No, that's why you trade back. But maybe you get him like maybe you know when I say trade back, it's not like we're going to trade back.
And we
and
trade back to
picking in the 20s.
I mean,
you're still going to have a top 10 pick or right around one. So therefore, like a Bo Nix could emerge, right? Because everybody was JJ McCarthy, right? No one was talking about JJ McCarthy fucking at this point in the year last year. His name was floating around, but he wasn't the top guy.
No, but he was in the conversation as one of the top quarterbacks, though.
Huh?
He was in the conversation for one of the top quarterbacks. He could go really high, this and that.
Yeah, but that hype came much later after
Ohio
State. And
I don't know if I remember that being the case. I feel like I remember his name from the season.
It might not have been right around this time of the year, but it was definitely when Michigan beat Ohio State last year, not this year.
My barometer.
I'm sorry. If a quarterback runs the table with the college playoff, they're shooting right up the board. They're gonna be
absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Because it's hype. It's all hype.
That's the best waiting to happen, in my opinion.
It's all hype. That's what it is.
It's all hype right now. That's the problem.
The NFL knows how to fucking sell itself and its players and its brands. So when that's the whole offseason, all it is about selling these quarterbacks. That's why you see them, none. And when the season ends, and all of a sudden, by the time February rolls around, they're fucking the new Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks coming out every year. It's the same story all the time. My barometer, because I don't watch college football, is if I've heard of them and know their names and can pick them out of a lineup, they're doing something in college. Like you guys are a lot more invested, so it's harder for you to see the peaks because you see everything, right? I'm looking at it like all I could see is fucking the top of the cream of the crop. So I feel like I knew Bo Nix's name last year. Not to get hung up on one particular player that he brought up. I don't know of any quarterback other than Deion
right. I'll even go the Michael Penix route. It wasn't until Michael Penix went through and beat Texas and then got to the championship before his name really started getting all that notoriety. He was the one throwing a Romo Dunze. But listen, the one that could really emerge is Gabriel Dillon. He looked really fucking good in that big fucking 10 championship game. And if Oregon, who is the number 1 seed, continues to run the table, now keep in mind, he is a finalist for the Heisman. It's not like this kid isn't getting any recognition. It's just that he plays in fucking Oregon and they just don't get the respect that they normally deserve. His completion percentage has gone up every single year. He's passing at like a 74, almost a 74% completion rate this season. If he runs that table and Oregon wins the fucking championship, he should be the fucking first quarterback off the board. Period. Stop. Like for real. It's that I think it becomes that debatable, and we'll see what these guys do in the combine afterwards.
Of the 3 of you guys, are any of you guys comfortable with Joe Shane making the pick, or am I on an island here?
Hell no. Get rid of him. Get rid of his ass. Fire his ass. Done with this fucking guy.
I just don't know.
I'd be so mad if I was John Mara.
I just keep saying that. I think Dave's has to fall on the sword this year, and unfortunately, you roll with Shane because if you bring in a whole new fucking regime and start it over, you better fucking be right this time Because if you bring in a whole regime and it's wrong again, or you try to get new blood and all this other shit, we're going to be having this conversation 4 years from now. You know what I mean? All over again.
Side of that though, they fired Coughlin and kept Reese. They fired Shermer and then and brought in Judge and kept Gettleman an extra year. So Mara has shown a pattern to hold on to the GM another year. I don't know if
I think that's a great idea.
I don't think it's a great idea either. I think of the two, I trust Dable more than
Jake. It's like the conversation we've had in the last couple of weeks where I say, all right, who's going to really sit here and say that Evan Neal wasn't the right pick? Who's going to say that Kevin Thibodeau was not the right pick? At that time where we were picking, that was the right pick. That's what the GM did. It's not his fault that these coaches aren't developing these guys or helping them get to that next level where they're not coming in as superstars like they were drafted to be. There's got to be that's
their job. Get the right guys.
Yeah,
you're right. I was saying,
but like at that point in time, it's not like it's not like, let's just say, for example, Parsons and Thibs were both in that draft, right? And we went Thibs instead of Parsons or something, right? And then you could sit there and be like, oh my God, what is he doing? He's not fucking thinking correctly, right? The only one that I bring up all the time is that we took Wendell over Pickens. And we know why we did that. Pickens, his personality, I don't think would have been a right fit on this Giants team. So, like, that's one that he gets criticized about, where it was literally we could have took Pickens, but we took Wendell instead. There's not too much of that over the drafts where you can literally sit there and be like, oh, shit, man, if we would have just done this instead of doing that, we would have so much better. He's been picking the right guys. They're just not getting developed, and that falls on the coach at the end of the day. He might be a quarterback whisperer, but that doesn't mean he knows the offensive line and defensive players. Then we had the falling out with Wink. So, like, you know what? That's all under the head coach. Unfortunately, they have to take the dive, just like a quarterback does. Quarterbacks have to take the fucking sword for the team when the team's losing, right? I don't care if the defense fucking gives up 40 points a game. It's the quarterback that you hear about all the time. So, therefore, that's why I said I think in this particular situation, it's the coach that's got to take the dive on this.
I don't know. I see what happened with Saquon and see what kind of impact he's having in Philadelphia right now. And the fact that he's in the conversation for winning an MVP. And I just look at that as like, if nothing else, hold on to your star. Like I'm
glad you brought that up.
You have nothing else to fucking hang your hat on at this point in your career. And to let this guy go to a division rival for a couple of $1 million and just tear it up. Even if you can say he doesn't do 70% of the production while he's in New York as he's doing in Philadelphia, to keep him away from doing what he's doing there for a couple $1 million and not humiliating your franchise to the degree that it's been humiliated.
This is the perfect part.
I agree, John.
Did you guys catch any of the reaction of the Philly fans in the parking lot after they won this week? After beating Carolina, did anybody catch any of that feedback? What these fans were all
they hate Hurts
and going nuts about?
They hate Hurts.
They hate Hurts, right? Why? Because they have set it up so that the fucking Barkley could prove a point. They are overfeeding him. They are overrunning him. Therefore, AJ Brown's numbers are down. Fucking Jalen Hurts numbers are down. They have no such thing that they've had the past 3 seasons. He can't done nothing to make this team better.
He can't connect with him. Hurts can't connect with him. He's overthrowing him, underthrowing him. It's horrible.
Dude, because they're running so much more. They're trying to set up the offense around Barkley, dude. They want to get their money's worth on Barkley. That's what the Eagles are doing. That's what it is.
Obviously. Yeah. That's the whole idea.
All right, but let me ask you this then, John. How come when Derrick Henry, who's literally is having an amazing fucking season in Baltimore, he's only trailing Barkley, but it's not getting the same recognition? How come Lamar is having one of his best seasons statistically out of all his years, and he's got 2 MVPs?
I'm not arguing anything about
better, not himself. You understand where I'm going with this? Zay Flowers is on pace to have a better season than he's had in his whole career so far. Everyone's getting better in Baltimore. Where in the Eagles, they got worse. And the only person who got better is fucking Barkley because they're shining off with this shining toy. And they're trying to throw it in the league's face. That's exactly what they're doing. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
They're winning games.
You're acting
they were winning last year. It was like Vinny said, this should be the thing that gets you to the Super Bowl and win, not fucking anything else. They won mad games. They started off 11-1. How many fucking years already? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing different with this team except they look worse with Barkley running the fucking table. That's it. Like you got
I don't know why
fans.
they
You
look
got to
good.
get rid of Jalen Hurts. The dude lost to fucking Pat Mahomes 2 years ago in the Super Bowl by one fucking score. And now they need a new quarterback because of Barkley.
So he-
Listen,
no,
bro. Listen,
Hurts
you're
old.
acting like they're sacrificing games to pad Barkley's numbers. If you buy a Lamborghini to race it, you don't take out your fucking Corvette. You go with a fucking Lamborghini, and that's what Barkley is. That's what the Giants should have done. And the fact that they let him go to a division rival is despicable.
Well, that's
100%.
Despicable.
He's
That's
their
what
best
I'm saying.
player.
I'm sticking
John's
more
right.
than
John's
anything
right.
else.
He's the best player. You use him. He's your
Yeah.
best player on offense.
I mean,
Yeah, but so is Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry is literally second in the NFL in rushing.
They
Listen,
use
if
him.
we
He's got
had
more
Lamar
touchdowns than
Jackson, a good
Barkley.
offensive
Like,
line.
what are we determining this on? Why? Because he's got like 150, 200 yards more. So, that's it. He's the
No.
greatest fucking running
No,
back.
no, it's not a comparison. You're the one all of a sudden throwing Derrick Henry into the equation. I don't care anything about what's going on there. I'm talking about New York Giants.
Yes, it's
I'm
a
talking about
slap
New
in the
York
face,
Giants
for
and
sure.
its players. It's team that it's made. If you can't even show loyalty to your own best stars, you let them go to your division rivals,
See, all right,
and then
so
they fucking
explain
go crazy for.
loyalty to your own best
Can I
stars.
say something? Can I say something? We gave Saquon Barkley three fair offers. He kept switching up. He kept denying us. We gave him three fair offers, and he wanted
Your
McCaffrey.
opinion.
You know, like
Your opinion.
How much
The,
do you
the
want
difference,
but you
the
also
difference
said-
in
you
what
also
he
said
got from
your
Philly
hometown
was
players,
not
right?
of any real.
but you also said your hometown players, right? Like your players, right?
That's important, bro. There's a reason why
Hold on, let me ask you
the
this though,
90s
right?
teams were beloved.
Shouldn't
It was
those
because Jeter,
players?
Posada, Rivera, and Pettit, all
But-
homegrown stars. That's
Yeah,
our guys,
Yeah, you
Correct.
don't let him
and
go.
they gave that away.
But they're not Shane's. They're not Dables. And that's why they're
Doesn't
gone.
matter. You're running the New York Giants. You're not
Doesn't
running
matter.
the Joe
Maybe he wants to
Shane.
run shit the way he wants to run it. They're not
Okay,
his guys.
and he's in the position that he's in right now,
You know what?
where he
Listen,
has
I
nothing
said
he
this in
can
the
lean his
past.
hat on.
Right.
If
Barkley-
Saquon was on this team and he had 1,500 yards right now combined and 12 touchdowns, at least he can say, you know what? I kept Saquon Barkley. We're at least respectable.
He still
on
probably
offense
loses his
to some
job.
degree. What?
Why not roll the dice? Look, we didn't
We'd
know
have
he was
more
gonna go to
wins.
fucking
Okay,
Philly
but if
like
you
that.
roll the dice and you fail,
Yeah, okay.
then you fail.
All
But
right,
if
he
you
took a
don't roll
shot
the
and
dice
missed.
and you automatically take the L,
He
then you
took a
took the
shot
L
and he missed.
regardless.
You just
You
the
bent
fact is,
over
I
when you didn't
said,
have the you didn't have
the
you didn't- you
main
didn't do.
concern with Barkley wasn't this year. It was not. Everyone knew he was going to be
It's only a
beast
3-year
this year. We
deal.
knew he was going to go out of his way
No.
and ball out.
he won't
Let's
fit.
see what he does in the
reason.
next two.
You keep him.
He's got to
you
repeat it
tell
because if he's
him-
one and done and he rushes for 1,100 yards next year, what's everybody going to say then?
It doesn't matter, bro. If they
It
go on the
doesn't
Super Bowl this year
matter.
and he
But that's
hoists
the whole
Why do you think
point.
the
that?
Lombardi
What do
Trophy
you think?
100 miles away from fucking New York Giants Stadium,
Yeah, they ain't winning
that
a
is a
fucking
fucking
Super Bowl,
disaster.
bro. They're not
But
winning
Jules,
a Super Bowl.
It's just,
why do you-
it's just a microcosm of the situation. I'm just saying he just hasn't made moves that I think are building a winning culture. I think the team
He has it.
had a spark when Dable came in, and they were all fired up. They had a great season, and since then, it has been calamity after calamity after calamity to the point where we are again the laughingstock, even more so we ever been, and we have nothing that we can hang our hat on except for one guy that again was not drafted by this regime anyway, and Andrew Thomas.
That's why I think.
Well, what about Dexter
That's why I
Lawrence?
think everybody's gone.
Dexter Lawrence too. Okay, Dexter Lawrence, assuming we keep him.
No, he's not going anywhere.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, you never know about that either. Like it's the way these old
You
players
got
are
no,
going.
you have no assets, bro. You have to build a team from the fucking water boy to the GM of the team
Gotta
right
build
now.
it.
This is what they need to do.
Go ahead, Ben.
What was your question?
Go ahead, Ben.
Shane, like I think the thing that it's not the Saquon thing. Everybody's making it about the Saquon thing. I think what hurts
Right.
is the Daniel Jones contract. I don't blame Shane for giving him that contract. He was able to get the out after 2 years because he kind of
Yeah.
knew. But Jones just won a road playoff game. He had all the goddamn leverage. You know, like I would pay the
No confront wins, and
even
was
if
the
he
reason
is
why they won.
lackluster, I would pay Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley over and over and over again. Because if you got that quarterback, we still didn't know. We still didn't know. If
Listen.
you got that quarterback, you want to talk about rolling the dice? We rolled the dice on the quarterback. That's
Can-
what we rolled the dice. And we failed. It just didn't work out.
You're right. Can I ask you a question? Who on this team would you not sacrifice for Saquon Barkley right now? Who on this team is so important that for $2-3 million of a difference over the course of 3 years, that there's nobody in this team that you would say, "Oh no, we got to keep him."
He's not performing. He's not performing to the level that he is with Philadelphia, the best run blocking offensive line. I expected this. I expected a wonderful MVP style year out of Saquon. But I also expect for them not to win a Super Bowl. And if they don't win a Super Bowl, that is a failure. A failure of a signing. I don't want to hear.
Listen, that's such a high, ridiculously high standard to hold any team to. If you were able to lay the, it's impossible to say that because of one move, if you don't win the Super Bowl, that you don't. It's a failed move. I get what you're saying because it didn't work out ultimately for the goal.
You better get there.
That's a high standard to hold them to. If they shit the bed at fucking 5-12, that's a failed move.
John,
losing the Super Bowl.
The Eagles are serious contenders. Their roster stacked. They have everything, all their ducks in a row. Wonderful coordinators. Every unit is great. Lots of talent. He was the missing piece. To Jules' point before, Derrick Henry was brought in to beat the Chiefs. Derrick Henry has said, if I was on that Baltimore team, we would have beat the Chiefs. It's the same move in the NFC. So, to me, if they don't even make a Super Bowl, it's a bust of a signing. It means nothing.
You got to go against something.
You're not wrong with what you're saying. It's just such a high standard to hold it to. It's like,
but it needs to. It needs to be. They're like.
So riddle me this.
I guess we're really arguing.
Let's say the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl.
I don't know about that.
Don't win the Super Bowl, and they don't get a full season out of Barkley next year. Is this not a bust now?
No.
Why do you think that? That's my question, Jules. Why do you think Barkley's just going to have a terrible next 2 years? Just because
that's what he showed in New York. That's why.
It does.
So now, all of a sudden, now he can magically stay healthy. He can magically sustain this kind of level of competition. He can magically run for fucking 1,600 yards.
Well, if he's not getting hit in the backfield like 100,000 times like he was in New York.
Let me ask this question. You just told me, Jules, that last season the Eagles were a juggernaut anyways. And now everybody has been taking a lesser role because of Saquon Barkley. Okay, so you're telling me for $13.5 million, they would have to keep wear and tear off of all of the players on the team that potentially after Barkley does go down, they can all step into their roles and not being overworked.
Maybe, but that's just saying that the chemistry that they've been doing for the last fucking 4 months is all of a sudden going to click again. Because
you think that they're not having a good time in Philadelphia right now? I think they're all rallying around Saquon Barkley, and he's probably lit up that locker room for fucking how the offense and what they're doing and trying to break records and stuff like that. That's got to be just every single day, just a fire in that fucking locker room to make that galvanize that team.
I can't wait till the fucking Lions smash their fucking.
I tell you, AJ Brown is not happy. They interviewed him post game, and he was like, "I don't know why I'm not getting the ball," and he's pissed off. They're on 11-game winning streak, and this guy's pissed off.
That's diva wide receivers.
Yeah, man. That's your Malik. That's a real. That's a Malik Neighbors
about that shit, dude.
Ben, that's a Malik Neighbors that you would hate. That's who he is, really. And if AJ Brown was on the Giants, he was talking this shit, then I'd fucking hate him. But Malik Neighbors ain't like that asshole. That's a real asshole. All right, guys, let's stop talking about the Eagles before I get sick. We got about 5 more minutes before we got to get into the picks. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about the Giant game?
Can I say something? I'll say something. I think the tank is so clear as day for them to get that field goal blocked. We all knew.
Bro, they blocked it. They blocked it the same way we blocked the one in fucking Seattle.
All the Giants fans were cheering.
If the tank is not so clear, hey, I love the Giants, but if the NFL wanted to somehow come down on us because we're so blatantly tanking, I totally get it. You know what I mean? It's so
maybe they should change it to the lottery shit like they do in the NBA.
I hope they don't do that. I hope they
take away our draft pick.
I don't like that, but I just think the tank is clear as day to me. Games like this, I've been thinking of it. A game like we saw on Sunday, it's clear. Come on, what are we doing here?
I don't know because you're running back a punt return, you're scoring, you miss you block a field goal. Like it's like, oh, you could have won the fucking game. You hurt Derek Carr. Like we had our chances, but the penalties kind of killed us. And this motherfucker was going for it early on 4th down, trying to get the fucking W. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Don't everybody want you to lose, you asshole? Like I don't know what to root for. To be
It's
honest,
all part of the script because we gave them the code how to fucking block the field goal at the end, bro.
yeah.
We were like, hey, just do what we did. We're good.
That's so funny that you said that, bro. I fell asleep like in the beginning of the 3rd quarter, probably of the game, and my wife just let me sleep through the rest of the game. She's like, "You work 6 days a week, just there's nothing to watch here." And then when I woke up, she said, "Yeah, they blocked. The Giants were trying to tie up the game, and the field goal got blocked." And I said, "You know what?" I was like, "That's tank right there, because all you need, the conspiracy is only a couple of guys: the GM, owner, head coach, and the kicker. All he's got to do is tell the kicker kick the ball a little bit low." And all it is a block field goal. Kicker gets, it's a block field goal. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And it's the fucking easiest.
John, stop. You got abducted by too many aliens out there.
I'm just saying, dude. It doesn't take the whole team. It takes 3 guys.
This is nuts. All right, guys. I think it's pick time. We got to do a rapid fire pick. John, are you staying on for the picks?
I'll just hang out with you guys.
All right, so we'll do the picks like super quick, guys. All right.
Super quick. Well, we start off with a fucking juggernaut game in the fucking first one.
Oh, what's the first game? I'm logging into the picks right now.
Thursday night. It's LA versus San Francisco in San Francisco.
Look at the Rams, man, showing something against Buffalo.
I told you guys I need that pick.
You did. You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna know that defense was gonna give up 44 points. Like, are you serious?
I mean, Buffalo's deep.
Josh Allen scored 6 touchdowns. He was like, "What the fuck?"
That's the one thing that's gonna hurt Buffalo. They really failed Josh Allen not giving this fucking guy a defense. This motherfucker had to get 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, and he still loses. Which is
he forgot to throw one to himself this time.
Yeah, right off this guy's foot. Well, anyway, listen, the first game, the Rams, speaking of the Rams, in San Francisco, the Thursday night game, you know what I say about the home teams? They're -2.5 San Fran going against the Rams. I don't know, man. The Rams, they could be on a roll. I think San Fran beating whoever they beat last week was a fluke. Give me the Rams.
Oh, now it's a fluke.
Give me the Rams.
It was against the Bears, and they fucking embarrassed them. Like
I said I wanted the Bears, too.
Listen, they had a great win at home against fucking the Bills, but other than that, they haven't had impressive wins down the stretch. I'm rolling with what Vinny's been saying. I think this is where San Francisco just kind of surprises us and fucking ends up beating them, and they're just right on the fucking bubble to make the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, I think the Niners are thinking just get in. This is a big divisional, game. I think they get in. They win.
All right, you guys convinced me. All right.
It's Thursday night, like we said, the Thursday night rule.
Yeah, I can't go against my Thursday night rule.
That's it.
John, anytime you want to just chime in, man. Otherwise, I'll move on.
I just saw that it was disgusting. When we get to the Giants game, I'll say what I was going to say.
Well, here we go, John. Baltimore Ravens come to town. They're -14.5 in New York.
Coming off of a bye,
bro.
Coming off a bye. They're going to destroy us. The game will be over in the first half.
Dude, I looked and I saw the money lines +800 for the Giants, and I was like, that seems extreme. So I scrolled through the rest of the schedule to see if there's anything even in the vicinity. We're a clear 4 times worse a favorite than any other game in the entire league. The most you see is +250. Everything else is +130, +190, 135.
God, even Vegas don't know who these guys are.
Bro, it's crazy. We are literally a high school team in comparison to the NFL right now.
Who would bet the Giants getting 14.5? I don't know.
Bro, like you might as well give us 24.5. We still fucking probably won't come for that.
Jules, this is the bet. You know how you can manipulate the spread and get plus whatever, I would take the Ravens -37. You know what I mean? I think they just get blown out. And that probably the money line -37. Well, I'll look it up a little bit. It's probably fucking right now. I'll look it up while I'm doing the picks. Ben, what do you got to say about the Giants?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we lose 100-12 or something like that. It's gonna be It's gonna be bad. I don't know if you guys Jackson after he lost a couple weeks ago. He said, "I can't wait for the next game." Who do we have the next game after his bye week? The Giants. So it's gonna be real bad. Are we gonna be the first team to go winless at home in NFL history? Is that right?
Is that a thing?
No, because the Lions went 0-16.
Right.
So,
why is that like a thing out there? I saw it on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, that can't be right.
Unless
I mean, it's the worst record
we
you
have
could
an
have
extra
on.
home game this year, so we would be 0-9
Oh,
technically.
maybe that's what it
So
was.
it'd be the
That we're
first
gonna be the
0-9
Oh
team
my
at
God,
home.
we're
That's the
gonna wear
only thing I can
that?
think of.
0-9. That's what it was. That's what.
What?
All
Bro,
right.
Joe, Shane, and Dable, I'm sorry, guys. You guys came in like a fucking lion, but god damn it, you were a sheep and a half.
That's what messed them up. I think that they had so much of that early success.
Yeah,
We
maybe.
always say it.
Well, they're gonna get killed. So moving on. Next game, another New York team that just sucks. The Jets. They're minus 3.5 in Jacksonville. Jacksonville came out and beat Tennessee. Thank you. You know, that helps us out. Give me Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville again.
Oh God, dude, this is just garbage behind garbage behind garbage. So Trevor Lawrence is out for the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder surgery.
You know what? Watch, because they're just the Jets and it's Aaron Rodgers and
And a
the
new
way they
head.
like to do stupid shit, they're gonna win this fucking game. The Jets will win this game. It might not be pretty, but they'll win this game.
I agree. I think it won't be pretty, but the Jets will win. I picked the Jets a lot this year. I picked them a lot.
Too much.
Win.
Some say too much, Vin.
So wait, you guys survived?
I'm still in it.
Wait, who'd you go with?
I picked
Is it
Philly.
Philly or the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, I went with Philly. I should have went with Pittsburgh, but I
Mike, you
picked
did the same, Philly or Steelers?
I had Tampa.
Oh, geez. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I guess when we get close to which ones you guys are looking at for this week, we'll.
I got to pick 2 this week at Murphy's.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
here's
It
my
gets hot. And Sammy still don't want to split that.
Nope, he does not want to split. His split is crazy. I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, here's my survivor pick, Jules. Washington is in New Orleans. Washington is favored by 7.5. No
Great.
Derek Carr, nobody else. I don't know how the Saints hold on. This might be another blowout. Give me Washington actually minus 7.5
Great.
as well.
So Derek Carr is definitely out. That means Chris Olave is not being rushed back. What about Kamara? Is he playing?
Yeah.
He's playing.
As far as I know.
I guess Washington coming off of a bye. I don't know, man. I always get nervous when you're in Louisiana like that in that Superdome.
True. But their defense is Washington's got better pretty much every week. So you got to watch out for them.
I mean, listen, New Orleans is bad enough. We should have beat them. Like, I can't. If Washington can't go in there and handle it, they got issues bigger than they think. Yeah, I'll go Washington now.
Washington puts them away early, puts up 40.
All right.
New Orleans sucks. What are we kidding? Saints.
They do. Yeah, they're pretty fucking awful. All
They're
right.
Pretty bad. Too.
An awful team. Awful.
All
Did they
right.
just beat us?
Yeah, but we let them block a field goal. We had fucking bullshit
I'm just
phantom
kidding.
on the
I'm
call,
just-
you know.
I'm just digesting really where the franchise is right now.
Division game.
Welcome,
All right.
welcome to the sinking ship, bro. We're out of life rafts.
Bruh.
All right. We gotta speed round this thing. So I gotta drop some kids off at the pool apparently.
Let's
right.
go this.
Cincinnati is minus 4.5 against in Tennessee. Tennessee is straight garbage. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, they suck too. Fuck that. Like the Bengals, they showed me a little heart fighting back in that fucking, what was it, Monday night game against Dallas. So I guess I'll roll with them. Fucking Jamar Chase will go off and have another fucking 15 catches for 200 yards because he doesn't know how to throw to anybody else but fucking Chase. You have another guy called T. Higgins.
If defense give them a little bit, which they could get some turnovers off from Levis, yeah, give me the Bengals all day with the points, everything. Bengals straight up.
All right, good. All right, moving on. In Houston, Houston's minus 2.5. They're the favorite against the Dolphins. Give me Houston.
Oof, this is an interesting one, but I gotta roll with my boys at home, Houston. Sorry, Miami, your run's coming to an end here. I think Houston pulls this one out. They need it more.
I think the Dolphins win. I think the Dolphins are starting to, play up. I think Houston's been a weird team with a lot of hype in the beginning. They've slowed it up. CJ's not playing as good as he was his rookie year, darling. I'm hoping the same thing for you, Jaden Daniels, next year. But yeah, I think Miami pulls the upset on the road. On the road, give me the road.
Let's just not forget that they beat the Raiders, the Patriots, they lost to the Packers, and then they had to beat the Jets in overtime. So all right, yeah, they're rolling.
They got Tua.
They had a nice
Tua was there. This is the last fucking 4 games.
Tua, baby. That's what I'm saying. Tua's a different team now. It's a different team.
It's a nice, easy schedule for them. All right, moving on. Kansas City is -4.5 in Cleveland. Kansas City just keeps winning these close games. Yo, give me Cleveland, man. Fuck it.
Nah, this is
Kansas City.
listen. I told you they would pull that shit out, and they did. They won by 2, even though they had to fucking dink it off the fucking off the fucking pole and shit.
With a
But
backup kicker.
honestly, watch, because there's all that talk. This is that one that they fucking roll. I think they fucking win this one easily. Honestly, I really do. If they don't win this one in Cleveland easily, then this team is fucking the fakest fucking team I've ever seen in my life.
Jules just stole the words out of my mouth. I think this is a 6 game for the Chiefs. I think they fucking kill the Browns.
Yeah.
Like kill them.
They need one of those games. They have to show that they're fucking 11-1 or whatever they are for a reason. Because if they don't,
and this is the game where they're gonna fucking scrape them. They're gonna scrape them.
I don't know. I don't think so. All right, we'll talk
Unless
about that game
again.
on Sunday. All right, moving on. Carolina, man. Carolina's annoying. They're at home. They're -2.5. They're favored against Dallas. I don't know, man. I think Dallas sucks too. I don't know who to pick. I'm just gonna say Carolina.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same exact way you do, but I feel like with Parsons walking off the field early and CeeDee Lamb yelling into the camera, "Get me help." There's a lot of fucking issues in Dallas right now, dude.
Too much.
So,
I have a question about that
I gotta
game.
go with Carolina. They've been playing decent.
Is Micah Parsons still Lawrence Taylor, or did that stop?
Yeah, it stopped.
Yeah, it was over. That's a wrap.
Just want to check
That's
on
put
that.
At least
yeah.
for this season. Let them start the season with like fucking 6 sacks in 3 games next year, and then forget it right back.
I don't know who
He
started.
also
that.
might be. He also
Okay.
might come to the Giants.
I don't know who
Excuse me?
Nah, I don't.
What did you say? Come to the Giants?
I wish, but no. He might want out of Dallas though. They're starting to get real frustrated over there.
I wouldn't mind Mika as a Giant, to be honest with
He's
you.
going to Philly. If he's going anywhere, he's gonna be
Go
with
Philly. It's going
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. He'll do another cap friendly deal. Who do you like, Ben?
Real tough game with you guys. Because Cooper Rush is serviceable when he wants to be, but I think
he's a good backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's not bad, but I think Carolina's been playing really good. I've been picking against them for the past month, and they
haven't won a game, but yes, they've been playing. Yeah. They've been playing well.
Yeah,
Adam Thielen there is a big deal. Bryce Young
catches everything.
Yo, it's insane. I don't have the balls to start him in fantasy, but it's like he's really good. I'm gonna say Carolina wins this by a field goal. Maybe they win. They win. They learn to close a game. They got to win one.
Yeah, they got to win. I think you guys are right. All right, moving on. Arizona, they're favored by 5.5 against the Patriots. I think this is kind of like an Arizona game where they kind of like win by multiple touchdowns. So give me Arizona.
Yeah, I mean they're coming off of 3 straight losses to the Seahawks, Vikings, and the Seahawks again. They need this one to keep pace, especially if San Francisco beats the Rams on Thursday night.
Yeah, right.
Put them all in a 3-way tie for that thing, and they're just chasing Seattle with a couple games left.
Yeah.
So they have to pull this one out.
I like Drake. I like Drake May too, but I don't think he has enough to go against Arizona in that team. I don't think so.
I don't like Arizona, but this is my survivor pick. One of my picks. I think Arizona. I don't like that New England's coming off the bye, and like you said, Trainer is a gamer, but Arizona needs this win, and they have a fairly easy schedule down the stretch. And if they want to keep pace, this is a game they cannot let loose. This is one of my. I have to pick 2 teams, and this is one of them. Arizona, please, Arizona. Kyler, let's get it.
I like.
Listen, just on a side note to that, they have the Patriots and Panthers, and their last 2 games against the Rams and the 49ers. So, I mean, that NFC West is going to be interesting down the stretch.
It's a great. I like the division. They're beating each other up. I like the division.
Yeah, it's a fun division to watch. All right, next game. Speaking of a team that just beats people up, the Chargers. They're -2.5 against Tampa Bay. Ooh, if Chargers get like more healthy, if like Ladd comes back and the running back comes back, give me the Chargers, right?
I listen. They should have won that game against the fucking Chiefs.
Of course,
Sunday night. That was ridiculous. Gosh, this is gonna be a fun one to watch. I'm gonna go home team with it though. That's the only thing I'm leaning towards. Plus, I've been liking the Chargers a lot. They still play really good defense. This is going to be one of the better defenses that Vegas faced in the last couple of weeks. So I definitely got to go. I'm going to go Chargers with the home team. Gus Edwards will help. Vidal's been all right. And as of today, Ladd is questionable. He's not out. So maybe he plays this week.
This is some version of rapid fire, I'll tell you.
I'm trying.
I'll go with the home team as well, Chargers. Over.
I'm starting to sweat, John. All right, moving on.
Why don't you
Detroit.
just leave the bathroom door open and yell. Just you put the microphone in there.
I might disappear. You might have to figure this out by yourself.
Put some depends on.
in Detroit, Detroit's minus 1.5 against Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills with a major comeback. And give me the over in this game, whatever the hell it is. If it's 90, I'll take it. The other day, they scored 44 and 42. That's 186, if my math is correct.
Close.
I mean, this is a much, in a weird way, bigger game for the Bills than it is for the Lions, even though the Lions have the fucking Vikings right on their ass. But after this, they play the Patriots, the Jets, and the Patriots. They should run the table after that. So it's one of those type of games. But I think after losing to the Rams, they need to step up and beat the Lions, bro. I'll take the Bills here.
I actually think it's a bigger game for the Lions than the Bills. Bills already locked up their division.
But now whole field, all that bullshit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I want to go against you guys. Like I'm going to say the Bills, but I didn't think both of you guys were going to say the Bills. So I kind of like 1.5. Where are they? They're in Detroit.
In Detroit.
Yeah.
Go with kneecaps.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna stick with the Bills. I'm gonna go with these two.
Whoever has the ball last in this game is going to win.
He's going to win the game. You're right. That's
You know what I mean? It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a fun game to watch. That's the 4:25 game of the week. It's probably Romo probably doing it, right?
They should flex that game. That should be the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is the next one coming up is literally like the poor man's version of that.
Denver and Indy?
Oh, you're going right there. I thought we were going to go
that's-
to Pitt and Philly, man. Why you cut me off with that? The Battle of Pennsylvania.
Well, let's get there. All right, we'll do Philly first. In Philadelphia, born and raised. They're minus 4.5 against Pittsburgh. Ugh. Yo,
I mean that's
Russell-
what I'm trying to say. Like Pittsburgh, they're not getting the respect they deserve. They fucking they have 3 losses on the season.
I'm going to take Vin's thing. He says Tomlin plays close games. It could go either way. Give me Pittsburgh with the points.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because you know what? Listen, they struggled against Carolina, and all of a sudden now they're almost laying a touchdown at home against fucking Pittsburgh, who's a better team. I'll take fucking Pittsburgh in this one.
Can we steal Tomlin from Pittsburgh? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah,
wish.
right. Dude's now he's leaving Pittsburgh when he goes to retire.
For real.
I'm
The Steelers, bro, huh?
definitely going Philly. I'm one of the guys that think it's a cute story. It's a nice story, but they're not going to make any real noise in the playoffs. They might win a game, but they're not elite. Pittsburgh, they are not elite.
Okay.
Right.
They play those
Battle of Pennsylvania. I'm going west.
I think.
What do they call this game? There's got to be a name for it. Is it like the fucking Coal Bowl or fucking?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think they have a name for these two stupid.
There's got to be a name for it. If they got a dumb Snoopy Bowl, then that's definitely a fucking
Asshole East versus the asshole West.
That's it. Well,
Yeah.
The shit
Duck
eaters.
Bowl. Let's see.
Well, fuck that game. Moving on. In Denver, Denver's minus 3.5 against Indy. Give me Denver. I'm not betting against Bo Nix ever again in my life.
Yeah, it's at my high, bro. Denver all day.
All day.
Denver, trifecta, Denver.
All day. We ain't fucking passing up on Bo Nix like the Giants did. All right, moving on. Green Bay is minus 2.5 in Seattle. Seattle just beats up on Arizona for some reason all year. And every year they always get a W against them. I don't think they're for real. Give me Green Bay.
Yeah, I think they just benefited off the fact that the West is weak this year. Green Bay's still rolling pretty hot, man. They need this win to keep pace. If they probably ain't gonna win the North, but hey, they gotta keep pace. I like Green Bay in this one.
This one's this is a really tough game. Seattle being home kind of throws a lot of it off. I like Green Bay, and Green Bay shows a lot, but there's a lot that they leave on the table. You know what I mean? Fuck. What's the points?
2.5, and
yeah, I guess I'll go Green Bay, but I think I could see it going Seattle too. That's a tough one for me. Real
this
tough.
is a Sunday night game.
That's it. It's gonna be a good game.
So the bet is fucking Denver and Ravens. Hard.
Yes, I would agree.
Yep.
Just an FYI, it's called the Battle of Pennsylvania. That's how creative they
Is it
were.
really though? I knew it was
Yeah.
something retarded like that. That's like I'm saying. I
That's
knew
pretty
it was
easy.
something stupid.
What fucking name that? A fucking robot from '97?
Oh my god. Battle of
Battle of
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Well, they're both in Pennsylvania, so yeah, it's so stupid. All right. Well, anyway, moving on. Monday night, we got 2 games again to watch.
Yep,
I love
sure
that.
we did.
So great. This first game is in Minnesota. Vikings. They're -6.5 against the Bears. Ooh,
Fuck that.
just give me Minnesota all day. Am I right?
Fuck that. They're gonna be fucking blowing that horn all night.
Daniel Jones starting?
I can see the Bears.
Not yet.
I can see the Bears keeping it close. Did you do it, Jules? I'm sorry.
I'm like, but I'm like, what do you
Minnesota.
mean they can keep it close? What the hell ever makes you think that? But you listen, they had a close matchup the first time they played earlier this year in Chicago.
There you
That
go.
was a tight one. I think Minnesota's clicking again. I don't know, man. You know, like kid Jordan Addison is playing great second fiddle to Justin Jefferson.
For real.
Well, yeah, he's scoring these touchdowns. I'm going to pick Minnesota to win. The line makes me a little nervous, but yeah, I guess so. Minnesota.
Sam Darnold might actually get a contract extension with this fucking team. How crazy is that? Well, who would have thought, man? And then what happens with JJ and Daniel Jones? Yo, it's crazy out there in Minnesota, man. All right, moving on. They're 11-2 Minnesota, which is fucking crazy.
They lose Daniel Jones at the end of the year, though, right? They lose him.
Yeah, and they get a draft pick, or they could lose him like at the next couple of weeks because he's kind of considered like a practice squad signing. So if a team loses a quarterback, say Goff goes down, Detroit could scoop him off the practice squad.
They didn't elevate him. He's not on the sideline.
I thought he was the backup.
That's part of his deal. Like he signed with them, so if another team like quarterback gets hurt, he could go there, which is pretty interesting.
Wow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've heard that somewhere, unless I dreamt it. I don't know. Like, pretty sure that's the truth.
Go to
right.
to fucking Detroit. That would be a fucking show.
I would like to see that, to be honest. Maybe I did.
Awesome.
Maybe I did dream it. I just made up.
I think you did. Pretty sure you're dreaming on this one now.
I mean, you guys
Really
could,
root for him,
steps in for Jared Goff. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
you guys could Google it. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure I heard that. All right. So the last game, the Monday night game in Vegas, Atlanta, man, what a disappointment team. They're -4.5 Atlanta against Vegas. Is Vegas really taking?
We're gonna find out.
So I guess
Atlanta coming 4 straight losses. They've been getting their asses kicked too. They haven't even looked good anymore.
I know.
Oh man.
Talking about starting Penix, and I don't know, man. I can't go Vegas because they lost their quarterback too, right? Like they got pushed in the Tampa game. He broke his leg or whatever in an air cast at the end of the game. So who the hell knows who's starting?
I'll tell you this much: if Tampa wins on Sunday, Atlanta's definitely winning on Monday. If Tampa wins, I could fucking see a fluke happen in Vegas.
I don't know. I got to go with Atlanta, man.
I'm going Atlanta all day. Atlanta will get right. The Vegas is a joke. Antonio Pierce is a joke. Give me the Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
Somebody's got him in fantasy.
Right. Somebody's starting this week.
You're nervous about starting Adam Thielen, but you feel strong about Kirk Cousins all of a sudden. All right.
That baby, Kirk, your favorite cousin. Let's go, baby.
So wait, Vin, who are your 2 picks for the Survivor?
All right. Well, it's honestly, it's gonna. I have Arizona for sure.
Right.
My second pick will be one of the Monday night games. Either gonna be the Vikings or the Falcons.
You can use the Vikings
Monday night. I don't like to pick the Monday night, but I got to think about it. The other team, I still have Green Bay and Seattle, but I can't pick that one because I have no clue. So I'm gonna go on the Monday nights. I don't know which one yet. I like Minnesota. I'm leaning towards them, but I like the Falcons too on the road. I think they're gonna get right. I do. I don't know. I got a gut feeling about it.
All right, Mike, who are you going with?
Going with Washington.
All right, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then who I'm betting for the week hard, I'm probably teasing and parlaying everything to be like the Ravens.
Baltimore and Denver.
Dude, Ravens, Washington, Denver. I'm taking Buffalo and the over in that game. Those are the 5 that I'm like going to be going pretty hard on.
Well, there you have it.
Mike, I know
Unfortunately,
you're
this is
clenching
what the
cheeks.
Giants season has come to once again.
But I just thought of the dream Gettleman scenario. Daniel Jones goes to Detroit after an injury to get Jared Goff, and the Detroit Lions play the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and both of Gettleman's two biggest goons, and they play each other in the NFC Championship game. There's one last FU.
I would have a field day with that on Twitter.
The Gettleman Bowl, bro. The Gettleman Bowl.
I would be very I'd be.
That's the title of this episode. Gettle Bowl.
Text that in the group.
Gettle's old. Gettle's old. All right, fellas. Listen, this is what happens when your fucking team has 2 wins and you're fucking this far into the season. All right. We start making up shit. We start playing John Madden thinking it's real life, and we start gambling on everything and fucking just know that the bet is do not bet the Giants. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Go Giants. I don't know.